Let me ask you something. Think about the person you call your closest friend. Now think carefully. When was the last time something went wrong in your life and they were the first to show up? Now think again. When was the last time something went right, truly right, and they showed up with the same energy? Because I had a friend for 11 years. 11 years of history, loyalty, sacrifice, and what I genuinely believed was brotherhood. And it took me that long to notice something that was hiding in plain sight the entire time. He was always there when I was losing. He was never fully there when I was winning. This is the story of the friendship that taught me one of the most important lessons of my life, and the psychology behind why some people can only love you from below. I met Emeka in our first year of university. We were both broke, both far from home, both figuring out who we were in a city that did not particularly care. That shared struggle bonded us immediately. We ate together, studied together, failed exams together, picked each other up together. The kind of friendship that forms in difficulty has a particular texture to it. It feels unbreakable because it was built under pressure. And for years, it was everything a friendship should be. When my mother was sick in third year and I could barely function, Emeka sat with me in that hospital corridor for 6 hours without being asked. He did not say much. He just stayed. When I lost my first job after graduation and spent 3 months unable to pay rent, he showed up with food more times than I can count. No lecture. No I told you so, just presence. I loved him for that. Genuinely. What I did not understand then, what took me years to see, is that Emeka was most comfortable with me in that version. Struggling, needing, reaching up. The moment I started rising, something between us quietly, almost invisibly, began to shift. The first time I noticed it, I dismissed it completely. I had just landed a contract, the biggest of my career to that point. I called Emeka first. He picked up, said, "That's good, bro. Congrats," and then immediately pivoted to a problem he was having with his landlord. Within 60 seconds, my win was gone from the conversation. I told myself he was going through something. I told myself I was being selfish for wanting more than that. The second time I got promoted, I sent him a voice note, genuinely excited. The kind of excitement you only share with someone you fully trust. He replied with a thumbs up emoji. One emoji. 11 years of friendship and my promotion got a thumbs up. But 3 weeks later, when his car broke down at midnight, I drove 40 minutes across the city without a second thought. Because that is what I did. That is who I was in that friendship. The third time, and this is the one that cracked something open in me permanently, I launched something I had been building quietly for 2 years. A business, something deeply personal, something that cost me sleep and money and doubt. I told Emeka about it over dinner. He spent the next 40 minutes telling me why it probably would not work. Patiently, methodically, almost kindly. Every risk, every obstacle, every reason to slow down. And here is what made it cut so deep. He was not aggressive about it. He was not jealous in any obvious way. He genuinely believed he was helping me. That is the most dangerous kind of friend to have. Not the one who openly tears you down. The one who dismantles your confidence quietly, under the cover of concern. Pay attention to how people respond to your good news. That reaction tells you everything about where they actually want to see you end up. The moment of clarity came not with a dramatic argument or a visible betrayal. It came quietly on an ordinary evening. I had just received news that a proposal I submitted had been accepted, something that would change the trajectory of my career entirely. I was sitting across from Emeka at a restaurant we had been going to for years. I told him, and I watched his face. There was a fraction of a second, just a fraction, where something moved behind his eyes before the smile arrived. A flicker, almost imperceptible, but I saw it, and I recognized it because I had seen it before and chosen not to name it. It was not happiness. It was recalibration. His internal world was adjusting to a version of me he had not fully prepared for. The smile that followed was real enough. The congratulations were warm enough, but something in me had already registered the truth. On the drive home that night, I sat with a question I had been avoiding for years. If I stripped away all the history, all the loyalty, all the shared struggle, and I looked only at the pattern, was this man genuinely rooting for me? The honest answer, when I finally let myself hear it, was not entirely. Not in the places that mattered most. I want to pause the story here because I think this is the most important part. What I experienced with Emeka has a name in psychology. It is called compensatory rivalry, and it is far more common in close friendships than most people realize. Here is how it works. When two people start from the same place, same background, same struggles, same starting line, their friendship is built on a foundation of equality. That equality feels safe, it feels like home. But when one person begins to move significantly ahead of the other, that original foundation is disturbed. The friend who is not moving as fast begins, often completely unconsciously, to feel threatened. Not because they are a bad person, but because your progress holds up a mirror to their stagnation. And that mirror is painful. So they manage that pain in the only way available to them without confronting it directly. They minimize your wins. They amplify your risks. They are extraordinarily available in your low moments. Because your low moments restore the equality they are comfortable with. They are not evil, they are afraid. But here is what you must understand clearly. Their fear is not your responsibility to manage by staying small. The second thing I learned is about what psychologists call the crabs in a bucket pattern. When one crab tries to climb out, the others pull it back down, not out of hatred, out of a collective unconscious resistance to anyone escaping a shared condition. Some friendships operate this way, not loudly, not obviously, but consistently. And the third thing, the one that took me longest to accept, loyalty to history is not the same as loyalty to yourself. 11 years is a long time, but 11 years of a friendship that only fully thrives when you are struggling is not a friendship that wants the best for you. It is a friendship that wants the most comfortable version of you, which is the version that needs it most. You are allowed to grieve that. I grieved it deeply. And then I made a decision. I did not have a confrontation with Emeka. I did not send a long message explaining everything I had observed. I did not burn the friendship down. I simply gradually, intentionally stopped making him the first call. I stopped sharing my wins with him before they were fully real. I stopped looking to him for validation on the things I was building. I redirected that energy toward people who responded to my good news with the same urgency they responded to my bad news. And something remarkable happened. The friendship did not disappear. It found its level. We still talk. We still have history. But I stopped requiring it to be something it was not built to be. And in the space that was freed up, the space I had been filling with someone who could only meet me halfway, I found people who ran toward my success, the same way Emeka ran toward my pain. That is the friendship I had been starving for without knowing it. Here is what I want you to take from this. 1. Audit your inner circle by their reaction to your good news, not their words. Their energy, their timing, their consistency. A real friend is as activated by your wins as they are by your losses. 2. Understand that not all one-sided friendships come from malice. Some come from pain, some come from fear. Understanding the psychology does not mean you stay, it means you leave without bitterness. 3. Stop shrinking your wins to protect other people's comfort. You are not responsible for how your growth makes insecure people feel. That is their inner work, not yours. 4. Grieve the friendship honestly. Losing a long friendship, even one that was not fully serving you, is a real loss. You are allowed to feel that without needing to justify it. And 5. Surround yourself with people who are genuinely threatened by your failure, not your success. The right people in your life will celebrate your wins louder than your losses. They will share your good news before you even ask. They will be inconvenienced by your struggles and energized by your victories. That is not too much to ask for. That is the minimum. Drop a comment below. Tell me, have you ever had a friend like this? You do not have to name them. Just tell me you know exactly what I am talking about. And if someone came to mind while you were watching this, send it to them quietly. Sometimes a story says what a conversation cannot. I will see you in the next one.